Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm actually going to do my first ride on the Scram 411. I haven't actually ridden it. My daughter has probably racked up about 200 kilometers so far, other than taking it from the bottom of the driveway up to the garage. That's all I've ridden it, so I thought today I would take it out and give it a first test ride and see how it is. First thing I need to do actually is tighten the suspension. It is like super soft. My daughter can flat foot this no problem. It's like a 31.5, 32 inch height, but I think what it is she's able to flat foot it because the suspension is so loose. It goes down so low. I think this is the loosest setting that it has. So anyways, let's tighten it up. It should be an easy tighten. They didn't give me an actual tool for it, but I'm sure I can do something because it's just turning that and making that tighter. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll see you on the road. Okay, so starting it up, make sure it's in neutral. And one thing we found out on here is the gear is 0. Sometimes it's in 1 or 2 and this light comes on, so we always make sure that the gear is in 0 before actually starting it. So turn it on and then turn on the kill switch, or turn off the kill switch, let the pump go, and she's ready to go. So yeah, like I said, this is the first time I'm actually going out on this, so it should be interesting. It's a lot lighter of a bike than I'm used to, but anyways, let's go give her a go. A little hard to find the shifter on here. And I should say that it was not easy, or not as easy I thought, to do the suspension, because I actually had to go out and buy a C wrench to actually get in there. I'll probably end up doing a video on how to do it. It actually has 6 different settings for the rear suspension. I've put it to 4 just to try it out. I kind of like a softer ride anyways, so 4 might be a little stiffer than I would prefer, but yeah, for now it's on 4. One thing my daughter already doesn't like are these mirrors. They're huge. So as a father, I love them for her, so she's able to see. This one rattles a little bit more than this one. This one is pretty clear. This one, it's shaking up and down. So, but that's here nor there. She just doesn't like the looks of them because they just. She loves the look of the whole bike except for the mirrors. So, if that's the only thing she doesn't like the look of, that's not too bad. I've been thinking about seeing if I can put them underneath. You see a lot of guys do that. I don't think it will because of the way the handlebars are. I'm pretty sure it's going to hit the tank. But yeah, so controls are a little different. Now my daughter likes to honk at me a lot when we're out for a ride because of where the turn signals are and the horn. I guess when she's turning them off or turning them on, the turn signal, she honks the horn all the time. So it's a regular turn signal. You don't pushing it puts it on. Pushing it does not turn it off. You have to actually push it in for it to turn off. And you do have to turn them off. It doesn't have self-canceling, which is going to cause me problems and a lot of money if I ever take this out with anyone else, because if you pay $5 every time, I'm going to be paying $5 every time. So let's make sure I turn that off now. So it's still in the break-in period. So I mean, there's only so much beans I can give her.
because it's not going to go any faster than what it wants to. But it's actually not too bad. I was actually surprised, or I shouldn't say I was actually surprised. I am actually surprised. I thought it was a lot harder getting up to speed than what it has been. I haven't I mean, it'd be like driving like a little Honda Civic. Sorry, I have to keep looking down because it's so small. My feet are too, or my feet aren't big. My boots are big. So yeah, over here you have your high beam, your quick high beam passing light, I guess it's called. High beam, low beam, turn signals. Nice little horn, no one can hear. Here you have your kill switch, your hazards, your starter, and then up here your trigger finger is actually info, which the info is actually for the gauge. Now I'll quickly go through them. So you have your odometer, you have your trip A, your trip B. Oh, it's not showing it now. So this is actually equipped with a trip F, which I thought was pretty cool, and I thought it actually showed it on here, but I guess it's only when I'm when you're stopped. So if you go to trip F, what trip F does actually is, as soon as your low fuel comes on, it starts counting. So it's almost like a safeguard, if you will, for knowing how much gas you have. So after riding it, you know, more times than what I'm doing today, it will actually start counting down. You'll be able to tell, like, when the low fuel comes on, you know, I'll have 25 kilometers, 50 kilometers, I have no idea what it is. My daughter had it come on to her the other day, but I didn't ask her how long we were until, like, where we were when we stopped, of how many kilometers it was, because I was kind of telling her, you know, that's what it's for. So it's actually a kind of a neat little thing. And then here on your gauge, you have your fuel gauge there, you have your gear and your time. Time over here is can be different than this one, and the reason for that is it took us a while to figure out what it actually was, because the guy at the dealership never actually told us. It's actually a navigation, which I thought was so damn cool, that this little bike would have navigation actually on it. My daughter, I've let her actually go in, and there's a QR code in the owner's manual that you scan, and then you get the app, and then you're able to pair it to this. So that's why it's different. We did have it set up, or I guess we didn't. We just did this one because that's paired to her phone. So whatever her phone is, that's what that one is. And so that actually is, like I said, your navigation. So she can set it into her phone, and this will tell you turn by turn. She's actually tried it once. She says it's not the best. It's not like using Google Maps. It's not going to show you like this road and you're turning there. It's just going to show basically you're turning in 300 meters. So you're going to have to kind of know what see, I already try to put my hazards on for turning, because I'm used to the Harley. But it is a nice small little bike. My daughter's been doing great on it. We actually ventured outside of the subdivision, because I've only let her drive around in the subdivision. She has her full, or not full, she has her M2, so she's legally allowed to go everywhere, but as of right now, she's only 16. I think it will be coming soon, because she's actually doing fantastic. I'm actually really impressed with how well she's doing. Sorry, I'm just going to go down here for a sec, because part of the reason we looked at this this motorcycle, oh, this doesn't even have it. We kind of like the Himalayan, but my daughter didn't like the actual look of it. She really wanted a dual sport bike, but those things are pretty expensive, really. I mean, not compared to a dirt bike, but we weren't going to be going off-roading anyway, so I've always heard that that I think it's 90-10 rule or 80-20. You buy something for what you're going to be doing 80% of the time, not the 10 or 20% of the time, right? So she's going to mainly be on the road with this bike, so it made more sense to be more of a street bike than, not that a dual sport is more of a dirt bike or not, but it has the looks of it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So the Himalayan was we were kind of looking at it, one, because they're pretty cheap. They're not too expensive, but I'll get into that later. And Himalayan, you know, it's an adventure bike. Now this is a Himalayan 411, Scram 411. They're almost identical. This one doesn't have the cowl on the front with the little windscreen. And there was one other thing, and for the life of me, I can't remember, that the Himalayan has that this doesn't. Other than that, they're the exact same bike. Same motor, same suspension, all the same. It was just the windscreen, and I'm gonna have to look it up. Hopefully I remember to look it up and put it on the screen of what the other difference was. But other than that, they're the same. It's got the knobby tires on it, so I'm actually gonna go see how it goes on a dirt road. I'm not gonna go off-roading because I've never off-roaded before. I've never been on a dirt bike or anything, so no, that road's closed, so that hinders me where I want to go. Woo! I don't want to say gutless, but it actually has more power than I thought it was going to have, to be honest with you. Not that it has power. I don't even know the specs on it. I know it's not very high because it's a single cylinder 400cc motor. I guess I was more expecting like the 250 TW that I rode in the mind you, that might even have more power than this thing. I don't know. But yeah, first ride on it. Cruising at 80 kilometers an hour. I don't know if I would want to be going too much quicker than this on a highway or anything. You feel a lot more exposed, I guess is a word I would use. No, it's not like, I feel like I do that better on the Sport Glide. But yeah, cruising along at 80 kilometers an hour in 4th gear, it does all right. It's only a 5 speed, so highway speeds might be a little iffy on it, but we don't really go out on the highway anyways, because what fun are those things? We're not traveling too far away to any places. We're always within like 100 kilometers, and I'd rather jump on back roads to get there than to zip on the 400 or 401 or whatever. So I think this is completely fine to be on these 80 kilometer an hour roads. I mean, I will see how it gets up to 100 and see if how it feels in it. The one thing I don't like on it already is the fact that it doesn't have the RPM gauge, because I have no idea. Well, I shouldn't say I have no idea, but like switching gears, I always like looking at the at my RPMs, but that's just me, right? I'm kind of different that way. Now I think there might be that's full throttle. I guess I shouldn't be doing that. It's still break-in period, right? I have to wait 500 kilometers before the first oil change. So that's another thing. With the Royal Enfields, now this is in Toronto, the Royal Enfield, and I think it's worldwide, but you actually do get the shop manual. So they didn't have them they didn't ship them with the bikes for whatever reason, so I do have to pick it up still. I was texting with the guy, and they are in, so I can actually go and pick it up at any time, but it's like an hour drive into the city. So another thing with us purchasing this bike, my daughter got, it came with an engine guard, hand guards, which as you can see they're not here. My daughter gets a jacket and riding gloves. So none of those things are in yet, so we're currently just waiting for those. So we're gonna actually, I'm gonna wait till all that stuff comes in, because I don't want to be going down into the city twice. Traffic's just a joke lately. It should only be about a 45-minute, and I know that's wishful thinking, 45 minutes to get downtown Toronto, but it's actually in Scarborough, so it's on the other side of Toronto. So, oh, a little bit of twisties here. Let's see how it goes. Not too bad. Still don't know the limits of it, and I'm not too sure about the knobby tires. I'm pretty sure they have the same kind of grip as a regular slick would have, but I'm not 100% sure because I've never ridden one with those before. But the suspension's actually pretty good. Like, I'm hitting these some pretty good bumps here, and I'm actually trying to hit some of them because like I said, I just did the tighten the suspension, so I want to see how it would respond, because it was pretty soft just sitting in the driveway, but even at the fourth rung. Now, people use these with passengers, so obviously the suspension should handle it, but I wouldn't know that as of yet. Just looking for some dirt roads here. Now, there is a trail up there, but it is a walking trail, and I'm not about to get a fine for goofing off on a little bike like this. And I say little bike, but it's amazing. See there, I already left my turn signal on. There's $5 right there, right? Like, I say a little bike, but like every time I think of a beginner bike, I'm thinking the little ones that you actually drive in the motorcycle course, the 125s, and even those, like, they're bigger than what you think. Because this is only a 400, so you think 400 it's small, but this isn't any smaller than the 650 of Royal Enfield. Like, they're the same size. So yeah, it's not really a tiny bike. It's still a full-size bike. It's not a mini moto. Like, those ones there are small bikes, but this, other than the motor only being 400 and I don't want to say a lack of power, but it has a lack of power. It's not really a small bike. Now, I heard the brakes aren't very good on this, but I don't know. They seem to be all right. Let's go. Let's see if I can cut off someone. It gets up to speed good enough. This isn't too bad. The other thing I have to get used to is the mid controls. I already know I like them, but I'm not used to having my legs back. But already, like, I do want to stand up. I'm not going to stand up in front of people because I don't want to look like an idiot. But, ooh, I mean, I'm on a Royal Enfield. There's no way I can look like an idiot. But yeah, standing up on it, beautiful. I'm actually liking this. Because what do they say, right? It's funner to drive a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. So I'm 5'9.5", and I got a bend in my knee sitting on this thing. So it's not too tall. I think it's 31.5 or 32, something like that. So it's not too bad. Now, I saw that up here should have there's another $5. Jesus. There, up to 100 kilometers an hour, 60 miles an hour. That's not bad at all. This road's only 80, so I'm not going to go any higher than that. Ah, see down here. I'm going to have a look at, see what this is down here. Because I want to see how it does on a dirt road. But I don't know if I can actually go down here. No trespassing. Let's see what it says here. Private property, no trespassing. Okay, so I'm not going in there. That's all right. Again with the turn signal. I'm up to 15 bucks already. Ah. Harley Davidson, you've spoiled me rotten. Here, let's... There! Woohoo! I turned it off. Okay, so there. About just over 50 kilometers an hour, it's gonna tell you to change gears. I turned it off. That technically counts as turning it off. It wasn't that far away. I'm still only 15 bucks. Okay, so that was about 110. I shouldn't be doing that. Like I said, it still needs to be worked in. Let's get it down in the rev ranges here. 110, which is what, almost 70 miles an hour. So it will do more than 70 miles an hour for sure. I don't know how much more, but it will do it. Now these rain clouds, I don't even know if they're rain clouds. I don't know where you guys are, but Southern Ontario, we're having a lot of there's forest fires. Actually, they're not forest fires anymore. They're wildfires. I don't know. Do you find that they're starting to change names to things to scare people more? Even my kids, they're not allowed to do recess at school. My son's actually on his grade 8 school trip, and they're not allowed to come out of the cabins. They have to play board games in there. It's like all the soccer in our town is all canceled. Like, it looks fine out here. Like, how do you cancel things 2 days in advance? Like, I don't know. I don't know what the world's coming to. Okay, I'm done venting. Let's go look for some dirt roads. Think I found one. One thing I'm noticing too is I have the clutch pulled in, and it will actually show me. Ooh, show me the. I turned that off. You see me? I'm doing it. Okay. With the clutch pulled in, it still shows you the gear. I've heard a lot of people complain about all motorcycles don't seem to do that, but this one does. Huh. So that's a bonus for the Royal Enfield. So this isn't too much of a dirt road. But seems to be fine. But I shouldn't be dicking around too much on it. One, because I'm not experienced in dirt. And getting road rash on here would suck. But the it's absorbing the bumps pretty good. No sliding or anything. Again, I haven't ridden any dirt bikes or anything. I've gone on dirt roads, so this is a little bit more. There, I could kind of feel the back end kind of going out a little bit there. I have taken the Harley down, but I literally go like 40 and I clutch the sphincter and go from there. The only other time was on the Pan America, but that thing, that has all the rider assist stuff, so anytime the back end started going out, it corrected itself. So I'm gonna see here in a second here if I can I don't know if I could even get this thing to burn out at all. A lot of rocks flying up at me. Oh! Right in the shin. Let's go through this. That handle's pretty good, actually. Like, other than me trying to get it to kind of get squirrely on you, it's not really doing it for me. I mean, it's just driving like, I wouldn't say exactly like, because it is a little rough, but there's not much difference than being on asphalt. Ah, there it goes. Now it's we're getting into a little deeper stuff. Lay off the front brake a bit. Yeah, this stuff's a little more softer. But even still, it still wants to stay upright, so just wanna, I guess you can do a burnout on it. Let's try that again. Yeah. Ooh, there it goes. Ah, not too shabby. Don't want to get too overconfident, because next thing you'll know, I'll be doing wheelies on this thing. I'm just kidding. I don't think there's a way you could do a wheelie. I guess I'm pretty heavy. If I sat way in the back and just gave her the beans, I could probably get her to go up a bit. I don't even know where this road goes. There, it really got squirrely on me there. That's because I'm down in a rut. Ah, I can't get out of it. I probably could if I knew how to ride in this kind of condition, but I'm, as you'll find out, the older you get, the less balls you have. I foresee my future if I continue on this. Ah, this is like sand. Now it's really going fishtailing. Woo! There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. I mean, I don't have anything to compare it to. I know a dirt bike or a dual sport would be doing a lot better, but I mean, this is fine. I don't feel nervous or worried at all. I guess I could be going the speed limit. I'm only approaching it all the time. Oh, what does this say? Fresh gravel, drive slowly. I guess I'll drive slowly. Guess I don't have to drive that slowly. Turtle crossing. The one thing I keep having to remind myself is go easy on the front brake. I mean, I mostly I like using the rear brake anyways, because I'm not emergency stopping very often. I just I don't know, I just prefer the rear brake. I'm trying to see if it has ABS. I don't think so, but no. not locking up the rear brake. Yeah, it actually handles pretty good. Maybe if that is rain, I'll have to leave it out in the rain to clean it up so I don't have to wash it for my daughter. Getting all this dust on it. But yeah, there, first ride on the Scram 411. If I happen to find any actual dirt roads, like off-roading, I'll try to get on there. I saw a couple guys on dirt bikes yesterday. I'm gonna head towards that place, but I think it's private property. I think it was their own property that they're working on. So okay, so it's not off-road, but I mean, it's a dirt parking lot, and let's see if there's anywhere we can go. I mean, not really off-road, it's more grass. Woo, puppy, puppy! Ooh, broken beer bottle. I mean, it had like obviously this isn't off-road or anything, but it's probably smoother than some of the roads I've been on, but pretty maneuverable. Oh, oh. Well, not too shabby. I kind of want to go down here for some reason. Seems steep. Ooh, there we go. Not too bad. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is my first ride on the Scram 411. I kind of like it. Anyways, till next time. Later.